Love it.
Oh. All right, tweet this bad lad out. Let's get our chat up. Live stream chat. There we go. I tweeted it out.
I'll put it out on Facebook. Why not?
Oh boy.
It's just my own personal Facebook, but yeah, absolutely.
Hey, we're doing it 1 week at a time. Our listeners are thankfully very patient with us. You know, we're, a little slow sometimes. This is for the love of the game. I was gonna say, wait, you guys are getting paid? Dude, I have done. I'm excited. I've been so excited for this conversation all week, though.
Oh, so am I.
I watched all of Michigan State. I watched all of Illinois. Did both those games in their entirety.
I did Purdue.
Okay, dude, we got to cover them. We got the big ones.
I did all of those too. I did every single game.
I didn't. I'm not gonna. Purdue is. It's hard to take too much away because that stupid ass rain delay. It was dead for like 2 hours in that game. It's like
Purdue hung with them though.
You talk about a nice runway into the Big Ten schedule going Purdue, Michigan State, and then did you see the pressure numbers from Nebraska, Michigan State?
I did not.
Nebraska doubled what they had done on the season in terms of pressures and sacks against Michigan State.
Ooh, this pleases me greatly.
Doubled it. So I was like, that's not nothing. Fire this off in chat.
I am sharing on Instagram.
Excellent. I'm good.
Yeah, if you want to share the Instagram while we're doing our thing, I'd say we're about ready to get it popping, eh, boys?
Let's do it. Football day? Yeah, we are. Yeah, we're already live. People are probably hanging out just listening to this bullshit.
Oh, I'm aware.
Nice, good. Just us, good.
They like to watch. All right, welcome to Out of the Blue from the Block M Podcast Network, part of the Fan First Sports Network, the podcast that tried to warn Aaron Glenn about the Jets job. I am Jared Stormer of the Block M Podcast Network and MaizenBrew.com. With me, as always, is Andy Bailey, my hetero life mate of the same place and time. Andy Bailey, the Japanese refer to him as Yuki no Yoshiro Kosho no Usagi o, which of course in English translates to Snowy Peppered Rabbit Man. How the hell are you, buddy?
I knew that was actually going to mean something. Like you wouldn't just be like spouting off a bad impression. I'm fantastic. I'm actually fired up. Like you and I were talking just before we hopped on. Like this has been a big week for us, diving into everything. It has that big game feel to it early in the year. I'm chomping at the bit.
Chomping at the bit is the right way to phrase it, man. This is the big one. We've discussed this in the offseason. We were doing our over-unders. This is one that we had circled, highlighted, bolded, and I've been looking at him. You've been looking at him out the corner of our eye, just batting the eyelashes from the other side of the bar since about week 2, maybe week 1. I mean, no, it was week 2 because we had to deal with
You don't wear a shirt like that unless you're batting the eyelashes.
I'm always batting eyelashes at somebody or something.
About, baby.
Oh, man, I'm so excited to get into it. But before we do that, we got to touch the banner. Just a couple things here. Rocking it, baby. The Tigers draw even. Come on now. Scooble on the mound on Friday. Playing at like 11:30 a.m. on Tuesdays because it's a deeply unserious league. But luckily, I have a deeply unserious job, so I've been able to catch some of it. And weird vibes. Like the run just has the weirdest vibes. It is 2023 Michigan national title run. The vibes are not.
It's just, I mean, it's such a weird spot the Tigers are in now, but it's like, what more could you ask for? Game 5, Scooble on the mound. Like, we couldn't have dreamed for a better scenario. I mean, could be 3-0, but
Right. Yeah. That we could have possibly dreamed of a better scenario, not giving up a 15.5 game lead. But nonetheless, it is weird that the vibes are so down about it. It's like, guys, we're not out of this yet. Like,
No,
Scoople's on
good
the
farm
mound on
system.
Friday.
We're on the up and up. Come on.
We're on the up and up. Yep, I totally agree with you there. Speaking of teams on the up and up, are the Detroit Lions the best team in the NFL right now? Every other team has had kind of, I mean, we had our bad loss to Green Bay, but maybe it's when you have your loss. On the rise, looking good. The continuity of Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes, man. I don't know. What do you think? What would your power rankings be?
Have to be in consideration, especially talk about the Bills loss this past weekend and what happened there. I mean, you look at the AFC West is all over the place across the other divisions. It's kind of a wonky season so far, and the Lions have really been consistent. And dude, shout out to Dan Campbell. Loses both top coordinators, loses a few pieces. Train keeps on chugging.
How much it pleases me to know that he is the straw that stirs the drink. Love
He's
that,
the
man.
guy.
That's outstanding, man. That's outstanding.
Man.
That's our boy. Love to see it. It's been fun to watch. God, it's good having sports back. Is it not?
It's the best time of the year, right? This is like hockey's going now. Basketball is about to start for you, which I know you were sending me Pistons videos last night at 1 a.m. I'm like, Jared's ready. He's locked in.
I hope you're ready. I hope you're ready. It's preseason Pistons basketball. Got to get some takes off. I cannot wait. Cannot wait. You know what else I can't wait for? It's rapid fire time. It's been too long. Ooh. I know you're not prepped for this. You just sat down seconds ago, so I love this. This is going to be great.
All right, let's do it.
Brother. You ready? All right. What is your starting 5 offensive line against Ohio State, assuming full health?
Oh, man. If I could just pick anybody?
Yeah.
Or what do I think it's actually going to be?
No, yeah. What you think it's going to be. It's your prediction. Yeah, correct.
Oh.
You can even throw a 6th in there if you'd like.
Okay, what I think it's going to be, I think it's going to be a little bit boring, but it's going to be Evan Link at left. We'll go left to right. Gio Elhadi, Greg Crippen, Jake Guarnera, I believe, will win the right guard job officially. If it's not already official, and call whatever they want.
I think it is official, yeah.
Yeah, and then Sprague at right tackle. If it were up to me, though, I would have Blake Frazier starting at left tackle. I think he's better.
I like it. I don't know that I've seen enough for it, but I mean, I'd like to have that discussion maybe for another pod.
I may not have seen enough of him, but I've seen enough of Evan Link.
The missing link, as he was dubbed. Yeah, there's been some lows this year. All right, next, who finishes with the most catches amongst these names? Jamar Browder, Zach Marshall, Anthony Simpson, or Brady Prescorn?
Zach Marshall. I think we're already seeing it pick up. Like, I'd like to see the other guys. Like, the wide receiver 3 is kind of an interesting discussion right now. It could be a round robin, see if anybody jumps out behind McCulley and Marsh. So maybe Browder sneaks into that. Maybe Prescorn finally gets healthy. But I'm going to go with the front runner right now, Zach Marshall. He's been improving, had a catch last week. I think he's just going to continue to expand, especially if the health of Klein and especially Hansen kind of just goes on the up, like teetering either way each week.
Played him a lot of snaps, lined him up out wide a lot against Wisconsin. Yeah. It was it was interesting. It's going to be Zach Marshall. I would agree with that. Rank these action sequences: the vault escape from Fast 5, the Madagascar parkour chase from Casino Royale, the plane hijacking from Dark Knight Rises, the Halo jump Mission Impossible Fallout. I'm not here to play around.
There's no wrong rankings. Put them however you want. But I will say, when you started with Madagascar, I thought you were going to reference the children's movie, and I was like, "What are we doing? Like, come on!" Like,
that's number one.
I know it's been. That's number one. It's got to be a lock. You know, the Penguins, all 4 fantastic. Pick your flavor.
I'm with you there. I just watched Casino Royale parkour chase, and for right now, it's at the top because I just saw it. Tremendous.
So good.
All right, this one's going to be annoying. Add one player to complete the roster and give us the best chance at a national championship this year. Jake Long, Ty Streets, Lamar Woodley, or Jordan Lewis and Jalen Mayfield. Combo deal.
Oh, give me the combo. Give me the 2-for-1
Taking
special.
the combo? The 2-for-1 special?
Like,
I like a man that appreciates value.
Help at a couple different places. You get JD out there where he could do it boundary just to bolster the depth and just be the true number 1 without a doubt. You get Jalen Mayfield, who is immediately the best offensive lineman. I think we're rising both sides of the ball. Brings us all up a little bit closer.
It's probably the answer, but I don't know, man. Just grabbing
Jake Long was very. I was like, oh God, there's so many good names.
Yeah. It wasn't messing around with that one. Rank these Big Ten quarterbacks: Jaden Maeva, Fernando Mendoza, Dante Moore, Julian Sayin. Shout out to our boys at Big Ten Huddle. I think they posted this on Twitter, and I sniped it from you.
Also,
But
don't sleep on Luke
respect.
Altmaier. Luke Altmaier has been incredible in some of the games
He's
this
been
year. I really
awesome,
like
man.
what I'm seeing from
We're
Altmaier.
going to talk about that USC loss here momentarily.
I'm unsurprisingly, I'm going Julian saying 4. At 3, I'm going Jaden Maava. And this is not like a slight, like I really liked what I saw on tape from Jaden Maava. At 2, I'm going Mendoza, and 1, I'm going Dante Moore.
I've got it. Maava, Mendoza, saying 4.
I still have Mendoza over Maava just because of what I saw from each of them against Illinois.
Yeah, understood. Yeah, the Illinois game's kind of the outlier, but I think that's a good Illinois team. I don't think it's necessarily a bad loss, but we'll talk about that here. Who draws the first holding call of the season, and in what game does it happen?
Jay-Sean Barham this weekend. I'm just speaking it into existence.
Same here. Do Aiden Childs and Nick Marsh play for Michigan State next year?
Childs, yes. Marsh, no.
I think it's one of two as well. After USC and excluding Ohio State, who is the next hardest game on the Michigan schedule?
Washington.
I agree, but you had to pause.
There's a gap. I mean, there's a gap after USC. There's a substantial gap.
Yeah, I would agree. Well done, sir. That's all I got for you. That's how you do it. You coming in just off the streets, no warm up.
Not bad. I mean, I literally logged on at 8:29. Just had some family stuff to take care of. Got home late. Got on. So not bad for no prep.
It's like the Jordan flu game of rapid fire. Very impressed with your workout here. I can't wait to talk about this USC game.
You want to get into it?
Of course I want to get into it. I've been chomping at the bit, but we had to do some rapid fire, brother. At USC this Saturday, it's in prime time. USC 4-1 with the loss to Illinois, as we alluded to earlier. Michigan 4-1. USC currently unranked, but I think very much on the verge. A team that's certainly getting looks, and I think that this team could very well be ranked. It's the best offense I've watched. It's the best offense I've really dove into. They've got some questions on the defensive side of the ball. What are you thinking about this matchup, brother? What's your 30,000 foot?
This is a drastically better team from last year. They're more committed to being complimentary. Lincoln Riley has recommitted to the run game to help protect his defense, and the defense is built to play with a lead, which allows them to get after the passer and force turnovers. They finally understand their identity, and I think that's why they, at least on tape, appear to have taken a step this year.
They have taken a step this year, particularly on offense. We'll get to the defensive side of the ball, where I do think they have concerns, particularly in the secondary. They're not invulnerable there, and I think that the over might be a juicy play, but I don't know. I'm pretty interested to see and to talk about that, but I want to start with the USC offense, which, like I said, this is the best offense that I've done a deep dive of because of all the opponents that we've played. I think it is the best offense we will play all year, and then there's a pretty big gap between it and the second best offense that will play. Jaden Maava and Makai Lemon could very well be first-round draft picks. I could see it. There's a world where that exists, particularly when maybe some other quarterbacks that we thought were going to be a bigger deal aren't there. Maava's rising in a lot of mock drafts. I see it. I liked what I saw. The Illinois game, bit of an outlier, and we'll see how he does against this Michigan defense. I think that'll go a long way, but this team's going to put up points, man. They're more balanced, like you were saying, and these receivers, I think Makai Levin's the third best in the country right now.
So I have a thing, and we did the same exact thing with Marvin Harrison Jr. his last year. Like, coming into the year, we're like, best player in college football, and we're doing that again with Jeremiah Smith. But if he's not playing like the best player in college football, why do we have to be married to that take?
I'm fine
Makai
with it.
Lemon is outplaying him in every facet and looks more dangerous every time he touches the ball, is attracting more gravity and open up the run game. So I think we have to stop doing that, marrying our first take, our first.
Are you mad at me?
And letting go. I'm just mad at several people. Not you. It's not you doing it. It's like you're the one I'm talking to, so it's coming out. But no, on tape, you're 100% right, man. I mean, this offense is dynamic. It's balanced. Last year, they averaged 145 yards on the ground. This year, it's 227. They're fifth in the nation in yards per rush, and I think that's been the difference here. They found a way to balance their offense. When last year they were more like basketball on grass, a 7-on-7 team. This year they look more like a football team.
They certainly do, and it starts up with Jaden Maeva, who's just been as solid as could imagine. Like we said, tough man. He's got a really accurate throw. I really like the way he stands in the pocket and tries to step up in the pocket and keeps his eyes downfield and looks for those two talented receivers. Mekhi Lemon has like way surpassed Jacoby Lane, but
Well, Lane's
Jacoby
been
Lane
injured,
would.
so
Yeah, but he's for sure. But like, yeah, I don't. What's his health status for this weekend?
he'll be playing. He'll be playing this week. So he's playing this week. Their left tackle, Elijah Page, is expected to return. He's been out since the first half against Michigan State, although I have a take on that in a second. But their center will be out. They lost him in the middle of the Illinois game, and he's not going to be back yet.
Okay, well, that's certainly worth noting. Yeah, what do you think when you watch Maeva? I mean, I think he could definitely be a first rounder, and there's just the talent in the Big Ten right now at the quarterback position in general is crazy.
He's good. I definitely have some questions out there. He throws really poorly on the run. That's one thing that stood out to me. Like, he's not a very mobile guy. He is elusive, but like when he has to throw on the run, he's not good. He likes to play on schedule, and he does that really well, which I love. Like, I love a quarterback that can play on schedule. He does that really well. He makes the RPO reads, makes the easy plays look easy. Does a great job doing that. Throws some balls over the linebackers that like are really impressive, but oftentimes I'm like, are you going to get away with that against better competition and better athletes in the middle of the field? Some of those concern me like moving forward, but I like what I've seen from him. I like what he does. He doesn't turn the ball over much, but the one thing that does concern me with him is in the Illinois game, he threw his first interception of the season. And then the next possession, he was rattled. Like, he does not handle that adversity initially really well. So if he has a turnover in this game, which Michigan's had forced at least one every game this season, it'll take him a possession or two to get back into the game. Like, he doesn't just turn the page and go to the next play. And that's something I look for, especially from quarterbacks.
Yeah, they likely will have to pay the ferryman if not an interception. He's only thrown one interception so far. Likely
Illinois.
a fumble where and likely a fumble where they have fumbled the ball 4 times. I think they're tied for 113 in the country in fumbles lost. So I think I liked him a little bit more of what I saw. Yeah, he'll take some chances and maybe those will go against him against better competition. But with those receivers, I think you should be taking chances. So I like what I've seen from him, man. And on the year, 71% of his passes. He's got 11 touchdowns, 1 interception. He's only taken 3 sacks on the season, which we'll kind of talk about as we get into this offensive line and what you think about them. But I think he's a next level quarterback. I think he's got a chance to go to the NFL, and it's going to be a challenge, man. And like you were saying last week, kind of as we were logging off, if Jair Hill and Zeke Berry have a good day today and like a really good day and shut this passing attack down, their draft stock is going to skyrocket.
Oh yeah, this is a money-making type of game. This is it. And I agree with Josh here in the chat talking about, you can say it with most quarterbacks to make him feel the pressure, they're going to struggle. He's no Mateer. It's like, he's not John Mateer. I can assure you of that. But like, if you can't get to him or if you can't slow down these receivers a little bit, there's going to cause some issues. I talked about, I think the linebacker should play a little bit further off, maybe a yard deeper, just to throw off the RPO timing, because so much of this offense is RPO based, as a lot of college spreads are. So that could help slow him down there. But if he's playing on time and moving the stick, kind of like Dante Moore does at Oregon or Mendoza at Indiana, it can be very tough to stop. Like, once they get going, or if you miss a tackle on Mekhi Lemon, look out, because he can take it to the house from anywhere on the field.
Yeah, they'll have him returning kicks as well. So you really got to keep an eye on number 6. He's a freaking problem, man. And with Maeva, you got to get him down because he's smart. He's a lot more heady than I thought he was going to be. Like, he'll get out of the pocket and you might not get the sack, but he'll get rid of it. Or he'll like find somebody downfield. He'll keep his eyes downfield. Like, I thought he was a little bit better on the run that you did, but not necessarily with completing those passes, with not taking the sack and just making the right play. And it's like, man, you thought you had him, but like, no, he got out of it in some way and got rid of that ball. Only 3 sacks on the season. So he's good in that way there. Yeah, it's a formidable passing attack. I do like Wayman Jordan as well on the ground. I think that he's pretty solid, man. And yeah, 537 yards on the season. He's got 5 touchdowns, and it'll be like a little bit of a 1-2 punch with he and Eli Sanders, but it's definitely the Wayman Jordan show first and foremost.
Their gap schemes could cause us issues. If we're not fitting our runs, they run a ton of gap stuff this year. They didn't do much last season, but a lot of counters, a lot of powers, some pin and pulls. They're going to move those linemen around. And if we don't fit the runs right, they're going to break one. And if they can get the run established, this offense is really tough to stop. Like, most offenses want the runs going, but especially a Lincoln Riley team. If we don't contain Wayman Jordan first and foremost, it won't matter what we do in the passing game.
There it is. I mean, you just hit it. Let's go ahead and list that as one of our keys to the game, because I had that written in bold that Wayman Jordan can't be a big contributor in this, because if they're balanced, it's just going to be too much for us offensively. You've got to make them one-dimensional, because they're going to get theirs in the passing game. It's too good of a passing attack. So you can't have them having a balanced attack and having Wayman Jordan go for 97 yards and 2 touchdowns. There's just no way. They're gonna put up 31.
USC has won every game where they've won the rushing battle, and they're 0-1 the one time they didn't.
Can't happen. Can't happen if we're going to win this. And the run wall, you and I mean, you weren't in the stands. That's a story for another podcast. But that first drive, Wisconsin, the run wall was non-existent for Michigan. And other times in that game, for the most part, it was a punt sandwich, as you called it. But you've seen it where it's like that run wall isn't quite what it was last year. Obviously, that was quite a run wall, as we're seeing with what Mason Graham and Kenneth Grant became. But nonetheless, I'd like to see that run wall for Michigan really, really tighten up, and it's going to have to against this offense.
Yeah, it's just got to be, you got to be gap sound. Like, everyone's just got to do their 111th. If you have one player on this Michigan team playing hero ball or like over pursuing or giving up the edge, that's worst case scenario. And that's where the issues have been. Like, it's like you'll have maybe Jay-Sean Barham over pursuing the edge of the quarterback and giving up a gap, or maybe a safety who's looking to spill it while somebody else is looking to return him back in. Got to be on the same page. And I think a big key to helping Michigan in that regard is having Rod Moore back. Having Rod Moore get everyone aligned, having the same assignment on page. I think they're all going to be locked in and dialed up because they understand the importance of this game. So you're not going to see the malaise that came out in the beginning of the Wisconsin game. But being on page, on the same page, is what's important. You're like, we're going to hit it at the end, but I'm going to already hit it once here now. Whoever wins the rushing battle wins this game.
Yep, absolutely. And you see Bryce in the comments saying that as well. If we can't do that, are we even a serious team? Probably not. That's why this was the next big measuring stick game. That's why we've had this one circled, highlighted, bolded for so long. Because, look, we should at least be able to give them fits with our defense and run the ball on them. Like, those two things, if this is going to be the Michigan identity, we should be able to do it against this USC team. So it's an absolutely huge game in that sense. I mentioned the 4 fumbles lost. So that's a concern. They'll have to get that cleaned up. So watch for them to potentially put one on the deck in this one. But the offensive line, I mean, they're not blowing anybody away. I don't think they're world beaters, but I came away overall impressed with this offensive line, and the numbers back that up with the running numbers, the lack of sacks given up. Some of that's Maeva being really smart with what he does with the ball. But overall, this is an improved offensive line.
It is improved. It is improved, and they do a good job of setting them up for success. I will say, I want their starting left tackle to pay Elijah Page. I just have a little homework for anybody that's bored tomorrow. Go watch the first half of the Michigan State USC game before Page gets hurt, and just watch him at left tackle, and then try to predict pass or run. He has a really bad tell on passes and runs. Like, it's glaringly obvious. I predicted every play correctly based on his movement, because he sets back like his head is barely breaking the belt line of the center. So like, he's still on side, but he's way back on his pass sets. And when he's when he's going to block the run, he's leaned forward. And it's like, it's glaringly obvious every time. And I think that's going to be a good thing for this defense. But again, even if he doesn't start, they're going to move their right tackle over there, have a backup right tackle. So now you're going to have a backup right tackle block Jay-Sean Barham. Best of luck.
That was my favorite rant you've ever gone on. Check out the big brains on Brad.
I was like holding back text to you guys. Like, it was so obvious. I was just predicting every play based on his positioning. It was like, if I'm seeing this just watching YouTube, I have to know that Lou Esposito sees this on defense.
Yeah, well said, sir. That's fantastic. That's the kind of in-depth analysis you come to out of the blue for. I mean, I'm sure if you picked that up, Wink Martindale and company likely picked that up. So
yeah,
I don't. But if not, we should text them just to be safe.
Yeah, just let them know. Check this out, man. Check it out. But yeah, if anybody wants to check it out, first half against Michigan State, let me know.
So, what are the keys to this Michigan defense in stopping the USC offense? How do we get it done?
Oh, I like doing this now and mixing it in. I think the overall theme here is discipline. I think you got to build the run wall, stay disciplined in the run fence, especially against those gap schemes. It could be a slight detriment to the pass rush, but this is where the secondary has to step up. On top of that, clean up assignments on blitzes, options, shifts, focus on your man, your job. A trick play is inevitable in this game. So again, harping back on that discipline, one of those pillars, I think that's essential. Lastly, no big plays. USC is one of the most explosive offenses in the country. force them to go the length of the field. I mentioned the linebackers play a yard deeper just to slow down the reads on those RPOs, and always have two players on Mekhi Lemon. Lemon accounts for 32% of all receptions, 35% of all receiving yardage, and 42% of all receiving touchdowns. Make somebody else beat you. It's a very similar strategy Michigan used last year against Ohio State and Jeremiah Smith.
100%, man. Well said. I like that. I'm going to save mine for the end, though. We are going to take a quick break for the video and for the podcast. We will be back in 5 seconds. All right, we are back. We are righteous men. College football is very good. Just got done breaking down the offense versus the Michigan defense. Well said by you. I think we covered everything that we needed to. Now, the USC defense, a little bit different story. D'Anton Lynn, a guy that we've been high on historically, coming over from UCLA. He is also from the Harbaugh tree. But overall, it's improved. Question mark? I don't know that it has. I'm putting that big question mark in bold. I don't think that it has improved much from last year from what I saw. And I mean, Purdue was keeping it close. Illinois was able to move the ball at will, particularly through the air, interestingly enough, in that one. I've seen poor angles. I've seen missed tackles, but I've also seen a lot of talent all over the board. What do you think about this USC defense?
The defensive front is solid. I mean, they're a top 10 unit.
That's where the talent is.
Top 10 unit in sacks, top 20 in TFLs, top 30 against the run. I mean, the defensive scheme should look very familiar. It's what Michigan runs. Our boy comes from the Ravens scheme, so you're going to see a lot of the same things. 6'6" linebacker Eric Gentry is a stud, leads a team with 7 TFLs, 3 forced fumbles. I believe that leads the country. And their edge duo, Braylon Shelby and Cameron Crawford, are both studs. They combined for 6 sacks, 10 TFLs, forced 5 fumbles this year. Like, just a good front. Going to the secondary. The pass defense is bad. Abhorrent, yes. Some would say. Number 111 in the country. It's a heavy gambling unit that is 6 picks on the year. Safety Bishop Fitzgerald leads the conference with 3 himself. Fellow safety Kamari Ramsey, who missed the Illinois game with food poisoning, oddly enough, he is back, and he is also a very good player. But boy, their corners are not good. Some would say suck. I would be some. They are awful. There's the second worst Power 4 team on 4th down defense, and they allowed 8 explosive plays for 251 yards against Illinois.
And that's their exact average given up on the year. They're number 109 in the country, 251 per game.
And that was just in explosives against Illinois. They allowed over 500 in that game.
Yeah, you hit it there when you said that they're like a heavy gambling unit. The corners will absolutely go for the pick. The safeties will go for the pick. And if they don't get it, your receiver is going to break through that initial contact and he's gone. So I would think that Michigan's going to have opportunities for big plays in the passing game. Huge day for Bryce Underwood and these receivers. Luckily, we're coming off all feeling really great about our receivers. So should go swimmingly in LA.
I'm feeling great about 2 of them. Feeling great about
I like 2 of them. And Klein as a pass catcher could be big in this game.
Like, they will leave their corners on islands, too. If there was an RPO in the Illinois game where their poor corner had no chance and they just left him by himself, and if you do that with McCulley in this game, he's going to feast, man. I mean, these corners are bad. They tackle poorly. They are not physical. So I think screens are going to be there as well. So, like, if you want the Samaj Assange, you want to get him back in the swing of things,
I do not.
Might be a chance there. I don't want to see it. Never too late to turn it around. But, like, I really think we can exploit this secondary to its fullest potential. Like, there's a lot of weaknesses in this unit.
Yeah, I mean, I'd prefer it was a terrible run defense that we were going up against that feels more on brand with what we're trying to do. But nonetheless, we have a passing attack. It's not the best, but like you said, we just have options that we didn't have last year when you were talking about the Wisconsin game. And we're going to have to lean into that option. That's how Illinois was able to get it done. And it was really the passing attack. And we're going to have
Illinois
opportunities there.
Also ran it off.
They ran the ball consistently, and we will certainly run the ball. I think we'll be better at running the ball than Illinois was. Obviously, our rushing attack a lot more potent. Also, if you can get past those talented front 7, Eric Gentry, Braylon Shelby, Anthony Lucas, those corners aren't stopping Justice Haynes. So I would put big money on another big breakaway run from Haynes just because we're going to get one past that first level, and then there's no freaking way those guys are getting him down.
No, and like Jakeem Stewart, a true freshman stud, defensive tackle for them, like a good player, but like tires out, was new. I mean, Illinois pushed him around. Illinois is 100th in running the football in the country, like not a strong unit. And they pushed them around at the point of attack. That's why a lot of stuff opened up. So one thing D'Antlin does schematically, he doesn't want to bring an extra safety down into the box. He wants to stop the run with minimal guys and have extra people back to stop the pass. Illinois forced him to bring that safety into the box, and that kind of got him on the back foot the rest of the game. And I think Michigan's going to do the same thing. It's got to be downhill runs, though. We got to be coming at them with gap power schemes. We can be running at them. I don't want to get cutesy with reverses, tosses, any of that. Like, me running at them, maybe a stretch zone, just like that outside zone opens up nice play action for Bryce Underwood, and it's easy for Justice Haynes to hit the home run off of it. But run at this team. And I think it's really going to be a big smash game kind of game plan from Sherrone Moore.
Yeah, Michigan are currently a top 15 rushing offense. USC hasn't played anybody like that. Nobody even in the top 100 in rushing offenses. So this is a big challenge for them. I'm sure their podcasters over there talking about how big of a challenge stopping their run is, just like we're talking about how big of a challenge it'll be to stop that passing attack. So downhill runs, I think Jordan Marshall could be valuable in a game like this. A slightly more physical back, although Justice Haynes will let you know that he's there as well. So the passing game will be huge. Big Max Bredis and Marlon Klein game out there blocking. The receivers need to be blocking as well. But ultimately, I think Bryce Underwood needs to go for over 200.
I think having the balance is what
the balance will be key. But 200 and a $150 on the ground, something like that. You need more balance.
It's big. You're going to have the balance in this game. But I really think we can push them around at the point of it. I don't think this defense is very physical. Like they have improved a little bit from last season, but athletic, but physicality is missing. So I do think Michigan's going to come out and try to prove a point early on. And that also keeps the ball away from a dangerous offense and lets your defense stay fresh.
That was going to be my next point and brings me to one of my next keys to the game. You've got to win the time of possession. You've got to keep Jaden Maeva's opportunities limited. So I'm completely with you there that the run game, as much as it might be tempting to really get things going through the air, and I know balance will be the key, and I trust Chip Lindsey to get that balance going, time of possession, and limit the opportunities for Maeva and Makai Lemon, because they'll hurt you. I wouldn't be surprised if USC jumps out to a 17-3 lead, and we can't panic if that happens, because it's going to be a 4-quarter game, and our physicality can lean on them. And I think that it's going to be something that don't panic if Michigan gets down early in this one, because we're going to have opportunities. We're going to get them off the field, and we need to be able to establish long drives with Marshall, Haynes, and then, moving the ball here and there, 6, 7, 8 yards through the air as well. Bryce Underwood with his legs. Absolutely. I'm in on that as well.
I wrote down something that's not as eloquent as that, but to the same point. This is exactly what I wrote down. Establish the run, pound their ass, utilize Bryce's legs, keep the defense honest with screens and play actions, but commit to winning the game on the ground.
You'd make Edgar Allan Poe want to take a bath with a toaster, sir. That is truly poetry. Oh my gosh, man. Yeah, I'm totally with you there. And I don't know, what else do you think about this defense? I watched them. I watched that Purdue game, and you're right, it was weird because there was the big weather delay, which you didn't really catch on the rewatch if you were watching it live. But I mean, Purdue was able to move the ball on them. Illinois certainly had no trouble. Michigan State mounted a comeback, and Michigan State was down big. That's why I was saying, don't get down on yourself if you go down 17-3, because Michigan State hung around in that game and had a chance, but ultimately couldn't put them away. Michigan State's a whole nother conversation. We'll get there.
Yeah, I was going to say, if we're down 17-3 in this game, I'm going to be a little bit concerned because we're not Michigan State by any means. So
I understand,
but concern.
It's prime time with an elite offense, man.
But if we're doing that,
it could
we're
happen.
Also playing into their hand, this defense could give us problems then, because that's what they're built to do, is play with a lead. Because I think we could get away from the run. And to my second key,
if we got away from the run, that's why I'm saying you can't do it if you get down, because this is going to be a long game.
I'd still be worried. I'd be very worried if we're down like that.
Of course, I'm not going to be feeling great.
I mean, you're over here talking like you are. I'm feeling fine. 17-3, running the ball. It's okay.
Running the ball.
Another split draw. We're fine. I got it.
Make me another Mai Tai.
In terms of passing, though, I did want to bring up this point as kind of a subtle key is keep up the pass pro and keep Bryce clean. It's got to be. There's a lot of pass protection breakdowns last week, especially Sprague on the right side. Some RPOs can help keep them on the back foot and slow down that pass rush. But if they do have a lead, but even early on, keep him on the back foot, keep Bryce upright, because like that was a big issue in the Oklahoma game as well. Like he could never settle in and feel comfortable, step into throws. And if those issues carry over from Wisconsin into USC, then we're really just helping a poor unit get better.
Yeah, I think this is one of my better lines that I wrote in referring to the offensive line. Be better at playing offensive line. That's what I'd like to see. Say what you will. Yeah, you're completely right about that. You've got to keep Bryce Underwood upright in protection, because he's going to have to drop back at several times. And also we're going to have to, it's going to have to be balanced as well. Cause like we were saying, the offensive line is the key to that, to having both the pass game and the run game going at the same time. And individually, guys have got to play better than what we saw against Wisconsin. I don't know that this is the same type of challenge, like we were saying, not physical, athletic. And maybe our offensive line matches up a little bit better against that. Certainly some opportunities for guys to show that, they were rusty coming out of the bye, and that was just an exception. But if this thing doesn't start trending the right way, this thing's ending as like a B- offensive line. And we said that's going to cost us a loss or two. So I think the offensive line is going to be, if not the most important, second most important unit on the field on Saturday.
It wouldn't surprise me to see 6 offensive linemen a lot in this game, or even go man with personnel with 7. Like, let's really isolate the secondary and force them to tackle, get into run fits, and just play dirty, nasty football like that.
I'm completely with you, man. My next key to the game is hit Maeva early and often. He's going to get rid of the ball. He's really good at, but he gets rattled. If you can hit him early, and if you can somehow get that second interception, only 3 sacks, 1 interception on the season, or get a fumble from him, I think you're right that we could rattle him. And the lights are going to be bright, and they're going to be bright for him as well. I think Michigan will be very well represented in California. This is a sellout. They don't get those traditionally very often in LA. They don't care that much about football, all due respect. That's just how it is in cities like LA and Miami. But Michigan fans, I think, will be there. They'll be there in force. So hit him, rattle him. If conversely to what I was saying, if we go down, let's say 14-3, because you didn't like that 17-3. Conversely, if we go up, I think that's also a problem for them, because if we go up and we go up running the ball with long drives early on, that's going to really take this crowd out of it. That's going to send a message to USC about what kind of game this is going to be. And are they built for that kind of physical smash mouth game? We don't know yet, but I'm leaning no.
It's a big test of who's going to blink first between the coaches and the game plan. Whoever gets ahead is really going to have a lot to do to dictate this game. And also, how loud do you think it's going to get there?
I don't think it'll get that loud for them, because it's going to be, I don't know, what do you think, 28-30% Wolverines? Give me 30%.
I think there's going to be a substantial amount of Michigan fans there. And I don't know.
Yeah.
Even if it was all USC fans, come on, are we that scared?
We are not. No, the Autzen Zoo, this is not. So my next key to the game, you got to somehow find a way to be better on third down than them. Third down on both sides of the ball, particularly our offense, has been a problem. But even on defense at times, and running the ball on that first drive against Wisconsin, and then again later on that drive there against Nebraska, it was a concern. And this USC team is not as bad on third down. They've got options in the passing game. So even when you get them to 3rd and 8, they've got options. So we've got to be better on third down, both sides of the ball, than they are in this game.
Yeah, it's going to be a critical down. You have to get your defense off the field when you can. You got to prolong drives, keep their offense off the field as well. One thing I do want to note in this game, I think it's a big thing to watch. USC is the most penalized team in the Power 4. I think that could really swing some moments in this game, especially those
100%.
third down plays you talk about.
If we don't get that damned holding call, I swear to God, I know a pitchfork guy outside of Ypsilanti. I
got a torch guy. I got a torch guy, so we can get together.
You, me, our guys together on the line, a little riot.
A little riot, we can do it.
Sounds like a hell of a Tuesday. My next key to the game, nothing from Wayman Jordan and company. They cannot be balanced on offense. We've got to be balanced on offense. We hit it at the top. He just cannot have a day I want him under 50 yards, preferably under 30, but I'm a reasonable man. I'll say under 50.
I think he might even get I want him under 100. I just want Michigan to win the rushing battle. Having the matchup here, it's about shutting it down. Wayman Jordan is good. He also will put it on the ground, though. He had a really bad fumble against Illinois. So I think there's going to be some opportunity there to get a ball on the ground.
Yeah, completely agree. 113 in the country in fumbles lost. It's only 4, but nonetheless, it shows up when you're going back and watching the tape. And if it's
Yep.
unlikely to get a pick from Maiva, although I think it is on the table, like I think a pick is very much on the table, especially now that Rod Moore's back and doing Rod Moore things. But a fumble, very much on the table. The ferryman must be paid. Last one I got is it's going to be a 4-quarter game. Like I said, don't get rattled if you go down 10-3. I'm just going to keep dropping my potential.
Good.
Good. Yeah. If you go down 10-3, don't panic. Stay with your game plan. It's going to be a long game. You're going to be able to run the ball on them. You're going to be able to move the ball on them. So you're going to be able to score too. The over-under in this game, I believe, is 57.5. That's a high over-under for a Michigan game, but I think it goes to show you what Vegas is expecting.
Yeah, everyone's kind of like portraying this game as a race to 30. And I think the over-under reflects that line in this one. And my last key to the game, it's going to be for both of us. It's for Michigan special teams. Don't be the reason we lose this game.
For the love of everything. Yeah. It's time to deploy the Andy and Jared special, the no special teams.
Yep. We're
the
back.
Not so special teams.
No punt returner. Like you can't muff a punt.
Go forward on 4th down so long as we're past the opponent's 30.
Exactly. Like if we're too close for Zavada, we just keep the offense on the field. But, if we're setting up for a 55-yarder, we get him out there. He's good.
Yeah, it's true. From 55, he's proven himself there. All right, brother. Predictions and players of the game. You want me to go first this week?
I'll go first.
Oh, will you? How courteous. What a gentleman. Please.
I'll take this one. I'm going to keep it real simple tonight, man. Not going to go on a big, long rant. Not going to do anything crazy. Win the rushing battle, win the game. I think Michigan makes this a close game in the 4th quarter, and I trust Sharon Moore's record of 8-1 in one-score games. Zavada wins it from 43 yards out. 27-24 Michigan. Players of the game are Justice Haynes, goes over $150 in this one. Might even flirt with 2 bills if he's feeling like it, and Rod Moore on defense.
I love it. Concise, to the point, with the win in there, the trust in the coach there. It really warmed the cockles of my heart. Look, I think this is going to be a higher scoring game than we would like. I think we're going to have some trouble stopping their passing attack at times. I think we'll settle in, though. This Wink Martindale defense, there's always a period where it settles in. It might not be till the second half. And if they're up 17 something, or if it's even tied 17-17 at the half or something like that, I do trust our defense in the second half of it. That being said, this is a primetime game against the best offense that we're going to see. I'm going to do the reverse jinx. I think Michigan very well can win this game. I think Michigan very well can win this game.
I knew when he said 17-3, there was a ring of truth to it. I knew it.
I mean, we picked this at the beginning of the season. What are you just abandoning your picks? You abandoned your picks. You abandoned your boy.
You abandoned the Oklahoma pick.
I did. Yeah. Well, I mean, I had my reasons and it didn't work. So now I'm trying something different. I'm trying the reverse jinx.
That's fair. We got to balance.
I'm trying the reverse jinx and I'm going to say USC gets it 28-24. I certainly hope not. The spread right now, USC by 2.5. If you were going to bet this game, I said the over under 57.5. I think the way to bet it would be if you think Michigan's going to win, that means this is a more defensive struggle than they would like. And you go under and Michigan win outright would be the way I would bet it.
I think
you think Michigan's going to pull it off. Yeah.
Good point here in the chat. I want to bring up to you. Do you think we're underselling our defensive line in this one, or especially our edges? Like, because I mean, Gabe Jackus, whatever the last name is, from Illinois is a good pass rusher, but he's not Jayshon Barham, Derek Moore, especially with the rotation they could have.
This is the best defensive line they've seen, so I'm fascinated to see how their offensive line holds up. I don't think we're underselling him. I think I just trust in Maiva to get rid of the ball and make good decisions. I think it's more on the secondary. I think we will pressure him. He'll just do stuff with it. I mean, I think we'll get him down. Only 3 sacks on the season. There's no way that trend continues against Michigan. What would you say the over-under on sacks is? Would you go 1.5, 2.5? It's probably 1.5. Like, we're not going to get him down much.
They just throw it fast. It's like that Oregon offense. They're trying to get the ball out of his hand with quick reads. So the way you do is you slow down those reads. That's what you have to do. They had a huge play in the Illinois game that was called back because of an offensive lineman downfield. So if you make them wait a beat longer and they get an extra yard, then the play's illegal. Because they run so many RPOs and so many other things like trap passes and things of that nature. So it's like if you can make him wait a beat longer and hesitate on his read, then you can get the pressure there. So I think this is a fascinating game for Wink Martindale with changing the picture post-snap. because they like to have a clean look and see what they're
I like
throwing
that.
at, and then you change it up post snap, and then he's got to reconsider, and then Jayshawn Barham's tearing apart a second string right tackle, and to backup centers having to block just a bevy of interior pass rushers. I think that center could be a big key in this, that backup center.
Yeah, and Rayshawn Benny, who had his moments against Wisconsin, I really have to hope that we were kind of sleepwalking a little bit as far as like what I saw from the defensive line against Wisconsin. I also have to hope that their offensive line was good. There were some moments in it, and they certainly slowed down the rush as the game went along there. But it also, I wouldn't say that
like 76 yards, right?
Yeah, but I wouldn't say the interior of the defensive line, excuse me, has been something that I've looked at any point this season and said elite or like A plus or even A. It's been like B plus. It's been fine, So this is a big game for them. I like what whoever brought that up, Bryce Barge in the comments, bringing that up. I lost my train of thought there, but yeah. I don't know, man. What else is there to the game?
I was going to say, I think the interior defensive line has been really good against the run. I would say it's been an A against the run. I would say some pressure there I would have more questions with. But I think the run wall throughout the year has been good. The only time we've really struggled to stop a running attack, it was with Mateer in those +1 runs. Like that's the only thing that really consistently gave us fits that we just didn't have an answer to in the game.
Yeah, pressure up the middle against Maeva would certainly help the case because I do trust Barham and Moore and company to get home against this offensive line. Like I said at the top, I think it's a good offensive line at USC. I don't think it's a great or elite one. We should be able to get pressure, should be able to make it difficult on Maeva. What he does with it under pressure, we shall see. It's going to be a big part of it, man. This is a huge game for both teams, man. Michigan currently with their ranking at 15, USC just on the outside after the loss to Illinois. But everything in front of both of these teams, this could springboard USC into feeling like they could beat Notre Dame and give Oregon what for and make it to the playoffs. For Michigan, if they get through USC, the schedule opens up mighty nicely for them moving forward. Like it looks very, very juicy to get into Ohio State with just the one loss. And then all of a sudden we're talking potential. I mean, not game of the century because we've already had that between Michigan and Ohio State, but game of the year last week, as it should be.
It's shaping up. And again, if you're talking yourself into Michigan for this one, and like you want to look at last year, it's pretty easy to do that. Michigan won the game with 7 completed passes and 32 yards and found a way to get it done. Obviously, getting a defensive score in there helps. And if like you want to talk about a defensive strategy, it's the same one used against Ohio State. Like you can't tell me this USC offense this year is better than Ohio State's offense last year. So like if you're looking for reasons and rationale to get yourself there, you can do it. You can do it. But different time, different games, different everything. So it's out there. I do think this is a massive game. Two teams could be on very similar trajectories this season. I mean, USC is fighting for its life right now, already having one conference loss. So kind of back against the wall, have the home field advantage. The travel could be a factor. I like Michigan got out there an extra day early to kind of settle in. But this is a hell of a game, man. This is a hell of a game. I love getting this test right here in the season. The way it sets everything up, man. I think it's going to be very painful for us as we're texting back and forth, just clinching the whole time, sweating it out in the fourth quarter. Mama. But I mean, just for a nonpartisan viewer, just watching it right down the middle, I think it's going to be a tremendous game.
And it's a great measuring stick, man. Like we got Oklahoma and I really believed in that defense, and Mateer ended up being better than I thought he was. I believe in this offense. And if we are for real, we need to be able to come out and play with a team like this and go on the road regardless of the time zone and be able to perform on both sides of the ball and to be able to give this offense some fits and then to be able to move the ball against defense that's just frankly not that good. So Michigan will score. Can Michigan win this game? They sure as shit can. I'm obviously going to be losing my mind, pacing back and forth like a crack addict for this game for the entire time. RIP to my sweat glands. And it could go either way, man. This is a big one. I don't think it's quite the biggest game nationally of the week, but this is a big one in the Big Ten.
It's one of them. And if Michigan wins this game, you're going to start hearing all the outside noise. You're going to start hearing Justice Haynes for Heisman. You're going to start hearing Michigan's one of the best teams. Watch out for them in Ohio State. Some of that rat poison is going to start going around the program. We'll see how that balances. But if they beat USC, man, they're going to deserve it.
Absolutely, brother. My players of the game, I'm also not going to mess around. I'm going to go Bryce Underwood. And look, if we're slowing them down, I think it's got to be someone in the secondary. I like that you went with Rod Moore. I will then go with Shug Hill. Give me Shug Hill. I mean, I think if we're gonna win this thing, he's got to have a solid day against Lemon. So
We need
Tuesday, Lauren.
ReliaQuest Bowl. We need ReliaQuest Bowl, Jair Shughill in this one. And we also need a safety over top every time. Like, I think they're going to have some creative ways to do it. I think they're going to throw some weird coverages at him in this game. It's going to be a fascinating schematic matchup between Wink Martindale and Lincoln Riley. Because last year we saw him go back and forth, like had some breakdowns in coverage at times, and also had the pick six Will Johnson. So, like, I'm really excited to watch that.
I'm with you, brother. Let's go quickly through some of the big games. This is a good weekend of college football. I have nothing to do but college football. I am
neither, baby.
Excited.
Cleared the schedule.
Oh, cleared the schedule. I'm so pumped. Tomorrow night, October 10th, number 24, South Florida at undefeated North Texas. North Texas favored by 1.5. Who you got?
South Florida.
Give me.
I like North Texas.
What a fun story!
It's so much fun. I mean, this game could be a shootout in the 60s, but like, give me South Florida.
Rutgers at Washington. Washington favored by 10.5.
Washington, but Rutgers covers.
Rutgers covers. I agree with you there. Ohio State at Illinois. Ohio State favored by 14.5.
I think Ohio State's going to win this game. That spread makes me a little bit nervous. Especially again, like Illinois really picked up following that loss, but I could see this game. You know, you have the cover, and they lose it at the last second, lose by 17, something like 31-10, something like that.
Yeah, Ohio State's winning this game. Will be interesting to see just how good they are. So I am fascinated to watch that one, at least from a physicality standpoint. Number 8, Alabama at number 14, Mizzou. Alabama 2.5-point favorites.
Alabama.
Give me Mizzou. I like this Mizzou team.
I think Mizzou's a little bit of a paper tiger. A little bit.
Interesting. They haven't played anybody, and like those Ahmad Hardy stats are very overinflated. But it's at Mizzou. I think it's very possible. I like Perbula. Alabama's playing really, really well, though.
It's gonna be a fun game.
It'll be a fun game. Absolutely. What else we got on the slate that's worth talking about?
River.
Ooh, number 7. Oh, come on now. We got a number 7 Indiana at number 3 Oregon. Oregon 6.5-point favorites.
Oregon. What's the best team our boy Signetti's beaten since he's been there?
That's interesting. He has been really blessed with the schedule. Let's just put it that way. No doubt about it. Give me Oregon. Give me Oregon to cover too.
Yeah,
not that I'm not a believer in Signetti and Indiana. It's a very good team. This is just the talent jump. We saw it last year when they got to the playoffs.
Yeah.
Number 6, Oklahoma at Texas. Oklahoma only favored by 1.5.
That's the Mateer question. Give me Oklahoma with or without Mateer.
I love it. Absolutely love it. That's certainly who I want to win. So that's who I'm going to pick. I'm going to pick Oklahoma. I also just don't believe in this Texas team. Yeah, I'm going to ride with you on that one. I think those are the only Georgia at Auburn could be interesting.
Sneaky game. That's a sneaky game. Auburn's going to play him tight.
Yeah. Line's only 3.5.
It wouldn't surprise. I think it's at Auburn too, right?
It's at Auburn. Tough place to play. Place gets loud.
Give me Auburn.
Yeah. Ooh, I like it. Going with the upset there. That's a lot of fun. I'll go Georgia, but I don't feel great about it. I'm with you on that one. Oh, what a fun slate. I'm going to watch all of them. I'm going to be 4 screen and 6 screen and 12 screen and you name it.
And I think we get Arizona State, Texas Tech as well. I think that's a game this weekend. Like
Arizona State at Utah.
Utah
favored 5.5 too, even though Arizona State's ranked 21st. That's a fun game. Little Pac-12 after dark. Don't mind if I do.
I know, man. I love it. We have this weekend. Next weekend's also a loaded slate. I mean, I hate having the night game just because I hate night games because I'm an old washed adult. But like the fact that it helps the team out because it's 4:30 on the West Coast, I'll allow it this time.
I'll allow it. Yeah, no, I agree. They need it. Let the boys rest. Going to be a fascinating game, man. This we'll know so much about this team. We'll know what kind of season this is going to be. Regardless, we're going to learn a lot, and I can't wait to break it down with you. We'll be back on a Monday. You'll get that podcast either Monday night or Tuesday. I'll be going live immediately after on Bleacher Report with Michael Smeltzer, so you can come check that out right after the game. And live next week, man. The show doesn't stop. We keep on rolling. Thank you to producer Tony. Make sure you're following us on YouTube. This will go up on YouTube, obviously, as it is being live streamed on YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, all that good stuff. I am Jared. That is Andy. This is Out of the Blue. We'd like to say thank you for listening, and wherever you go, go blue.